Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the 1111 Matrix Code Revealed. I am Garrett King. Today's episode is going to be relatively short, but there has been an incredibly interesting development since the last video that I put out. And this one is incredibly odd and really plays into the whole idea or fact, I guess, that this is not coincidence. I think this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is by design, that nothing that I am presenting here has been a coincidence at all. This is a very odd development, like I said, just incredibly strange. So, but before we get into it, I really quickly want to give a big shout out to Tony Markle for having me on the Confessionals podcast. We recorded 3 episodes back in September, had to re-record one. But it was great fun. It was great talking to Tony, and it was great being able to get all of this information out on his platform and getting that information out to you, because I'm just a small guy. I don't have the followers that he has, so I really appreciate him allowing me the opportunity to get this information out to a much wider crowd. I feel like this information is important. Still don't know 100% where it's leading, where it's going. I'm only going by the information that's been revealed so far and what it seems to be pointing towards. But again, I want to give Tony just a huge shout out and a huge thank you. And I wanted to say thank you to all of the new subscribers who have followed since watching on his platform. Greatly appreciate it, and hope that you're getting something out of this. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into this new information. And again, folks, you're going to see that it can't, at this point, it just simply cannot be coincidence that this stuff is happening. But you'll see what I mean. So let's go ahead and get busy with this. So for those of you who have been following along, you'll know where I'm at on this. For those of you that are just jumping in on this video, you're going to be a little confused. So I suggest you go back and watch episodes 2 and 3 to really jump up to this point where I'm at right now. But for those of you who have been following along, this will make more sense to you. So as I talked about on the live show with Tony and in the last video that I did, I split the first 11 numbers that were generated and looked at the Gematria values based off of the numbers after the split. And that's what we're looking at here. And one of the phrases that I revealed in the last episode was decode the binary code. Now, I mean, this stood out to me because there were numbers that were generated from this whole process, where I started with 333, multiplied it by 1111, got 369963, added 1111 back to that number, got the new number that was generated, and then continued adding 369963 to this number and every new number that was generated. But there were, I think it's 10 strings of numbers that come up as nothing but ones and zeros. And again, I took this all the way up to 18 billion, and I can't remember what the whole entire number is, but it was 18 billion and something. But through this whole entire thing, there was this number, which is nothing but ones and zeros. There's this number, which is nothing but ones and zeros. Scrolling down quite a ways. This number is nothing but ones and zeros. Same thing here. And all throughout this, I don't know where they're at exactly all throughout it, but I've went through and copied them over. Let's scroll back up. And here is all of the numbers that come up as nothing but ones and zeros. And that's what binary code is. It's a computer language that is written in nothing but ones and zeros. And it's just how the sequence of numbers is written that changes what its value is or whatever. This will make more sense hopefully here in just a second. So, I mean, I don't know anything about binary code. Nothing at all. But I took all of these numbers, and I've already been through this process, so I'm going to go through the process again with you guys so you can see exactly what I did and how this information came through, okay? So let me just copy all of these numbers here. And what I did is I went to this website, which is called Rapid Tables, and they have a binary to text translator. Okay, so what this would do is it would translate the binary code into text. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in. And the way that this is exactly the way that the numbers came through. Okay, so I've pasted the numbers in exactly the way that they came through. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit convert. And as you can see, it's what looks like gibberish, okay? So there's like an X, a question mark, a Z, a 0 with a line above it, another question mark, the number 9, and then another question mark, okay? So it just looked like garbage to me. It looked like it didn't mean anything. But as I started looking at their example up here, I realized that every single one of these numbers is in a sequence of 8 like ones and zeros, okay? And they don't go over the number 8. But as you can see, some of these numbers here through the binary code have more than 8 numbers. Or digits, I guess I should say. They have more than 8 digits. So this got me thinking. And again, the phrase was decode the binary code. So looking up here again, how everything starts with a 0. So this is what I did. I placed a 0 at the beginning and then counted over 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that's exactly 8 digits. That number is complete. So I hit space and the next number starts with a 1. So I know that I automatically need to place a 0 in front of it. And then I'm going to move this number up and then again, count over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a space there. Next, it starts with 1, so I know I need to place a 0. Go to the next number, move it up, and then count over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit space. So we have a 0, so nothing I need to do there. I just need to move the other numbers up. All right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit space. Move this number up. Okay, so I'm already 4 over, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit space. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's move the next number up. Okay, so we were over 6 and then 7, 8, space. Put a 0. So we're over 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna hit space. Move the next number up. So we're over 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Space, place a 0. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that number's good. Going to move the next number up. We know that it needs to start with a 0. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit space. Put a 0. Let's move this number up. Okay, so let's start back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, space. Place is 0 because that starts at 1. And then we're going to count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're left with 0 and 1. Okay, I want to show you this. So this is what comes up now when we hit convert. Okay, this looks exactly to me like some sort of directory and a folder name. The directory would be xpk and then backslash and colon. And then the folder name would be this capital W, lowercase h, capital C, capital M, lowercase q, capital G, whoops, and then the @ symbol. This is where it's going to get very interesting. So I copied that information and I went to the internet, pasted it in, and nothing really came up. Nothing of any interest that I could see. Okay. So what I did was I got rid of the directory, which I'm going to call the directory, and just left the folder name. Okay, WHCMQG, and then the @ symbol. Search for that. Okay, and actually, let's copy that and go to Google, because Google is where it came up. Okay, so as you can see, and I'm doing this just the same way that I did it the first time by myself, and I'm just walking through the same process for you guys. Okay, so you can see right here, this is where I've searched, and it's right here. It pulled up an exact match, as you can see in bold right here. WHCMQG, and then the @ symbol. That's exactly what I have right here. WHCMQG, and then the @ symbol. I guess that's what it's called, the @ symbol. I don't know, hell. But anyway, this is a website. It's a government website, and it's the Securities Exchange Commission website. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I clicked on it, and it pulls up this, what looks like a back door. Like all of this looks like HTML, because we have all of the HTML code here, but there's information embedded in this at the very beginning. So it says company data, company conformed name, credit, and I believe this would be pronounced Suisse. I don't know. So Credit Suisse AG. It's a security brokers, dealers, and flotation companies. Okay, they're based out of Zurich, Switzerland. But I want you to look at the phone number, folks. So this is the phone number. As you can see, business phone. But look at the last portion of the phone number. 333-1111. What are the chances? Okay, that's the two numbers that started this whole entire thing for me. Okay, so this company, this Credit Suisse AG in Zurich, Switzerland, and their business phone number, the last portion, 333-1111. That's very odd. And of course, you have to take into consideration this came through in binary code. And then to get that weird directory that you see here and what looks like a folder name, then to do a search through Google and get an exact match for a government website, mind you, that is the Securities Exchange Commission. What are the chances? But it gets even more interesting. So the fact that they're based in Zurich, okay, that clicked something in my head. Going back to the geophysicist Didier Sornay, who through the Dow Jones Index is predicting something that will happen in 2058, that we will reach what he is calling a singularity. And you're probably sitting here thinking, okay, well, where does that connection come through? Well, I'm about to show you. So keep in mind Credit Suisse AG. So let's open up another tab here. And I'm going to just type in Didier Sornay and Credit Suisse. Now, there was a lot that comes up, but I want to show you this particular one right here. So this website, S&P Global Market Intelligence website, has this article that says Credit Suisse rebrands systematic investment vehicle reports. Credit Suisse Group AG has bundled the operations of its subsidiary Systematic Investment Management AG, or SIMAG, I guess that's how you would pronounce it, SIMAG, into an investment company called SG Value Partners. Okay. So let's scroll down here just a little bit and look at this paragraph. SIMAG's CEO Christian Gast and Chairman David Solo have left the company as part of the reshuffle. Board members Didier Sornay and Michael Deegan have also stepped down, according to City Wire. So this subsidiary group of Credit Suisse, known as SIMAG, and Didier Sornay was a board member. What are the chances, folks, that this binary code, again, would lead me to this government website for Credit Suisse Bank with a phone number of 333-1111, and it have a tie back to Didier Sornay, the same guy that I researched earlier because I found an article called Apocalypse 2058, in which he is predicting in 2058 something is going to happen. He said that we're going to reach a singularity and that the population is going to spike tremendously. I don't know where this is leading. I have no freaking clue. But this cannot be a coincidence. It simply, at this point, it can't. It just can't. I mean, we literally went from binary code, ones and zeros, to getting this directory name and this folder name that linked directly to this document on the web, which you guys can look at this video, look at the information, and you can pull it up yourself. You can go and see it for yourself. And again, business phone number 333-1111. And those are the numbers that started this whole entire thing. And then to have a connection back to Didier Sornay. It just is mind-boggling how this connects in this way. It's strange. Now, I actually went to Google Earth and typed in this address. I have no idea how you pronounce this. Parade plots? I don't know. I probably just screwed that up, but that's how it looks. So, but anyway, I went and did a search and pulled that up and on Google Earth. And the very first 360 image that I clicked on so I could spin it around and see the entire area. The location of Credit Suisse AG at this location right here, it pulled it up on the internet and said that this is the most expensive piece of real estate in all of Switzerland. So that was interesting. But as I was saying, the very first 360 image that I pulled up, there was a couple of things that just popped right out at me. And this is the image. This is a screenshot that I took right here. So you see someone getting off of a train. The train number is 2111. But look at the bag that this person is carrying. Okay. Well, this is the Switzerland's flag. Okay. But look how it ties into this symbol that was generated from the Vedic square. That's another odd connection. Incredibly odd. So where I was interpreting this as a symbol of the sun, which I still believe that it is, because we have those 5 dates of the solstice solar eclipse from 1982 all the way up to 2058. I think it went 1982, 2001, 2020, 2039, 2058. So that was 5 distinct dates for these solstice solar eclipse, and I came up with 5 distinct symbols for the sun. But the fact that we're getting this symbol tied back into this image of a company in Switzerland whose phone number is 333-1111. Do you see the odd connection taking place here? I mean, it should be completely obvious that it's not a coincidence. But what does it mean? I have no idea what this means. Now, an idea, and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying that there's a connection, but I'm just throwing this idea out there. One thing that popped into my head is that this is Zurich, Switzerland. And I believe it's in Geneva, Switzerland, where the Large Hadron Collider is. And it's not too terribly far away. It makes me wonder if this Credit Suisse bank isn't an investment group who invested money into this Large Hadron Collider. I don't know. But I do know that through Gematria and the numbers that I was looking at, so 333-1111, 2058, 369, 963, somewhere in there, and I'm going to have to go back and find it, but I recall seeing the phrase Large Hadron Collider coming up, but I didn't make the connection then. I didn't see where it connected with what's going on now. But maybe there is. So I'm going to have to go back through those numbers and see if I can find that particular phrase and see exactly what it was. But I do know it said Large Hadron Collider. So it could be connected somehow. And again, like I said, I don't know where this new information is taking me, but this is incredibly strange. Again, the phone number, the numbers that I've been seeing, it's a company that I never knew existed before. And for it to have a tie back to Didier Sornay, who was a board member of this subsidiary group of this same company. It just, again, folks, it cannot be a coincidence. So I'm really going to have to dig into this and just keep following this bizarre line of synchronicity and just see where it keeps going. You really have to stop and think and take into account that, we got this phrase, decode the binary code. It's like an instruction. And then to realize that there's numbers that look like binary numbers. And then to put it, again, through this translator, getting this directory and folder name, and it tying back to a government website. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, completely mind-boggling. So there you have it. I mean, that's the latest development. Like I said, I don't know where it's leading. I don't know where this path is going, but you cannot ignore these connections. And you simply, I don't see how anyone at this particular time can sit here and say, coincidence. It's all coincidence. It's beyond coincidence, folks. It is beyond coincidence. And I cannot say that enough. So, yeah. But like I said, I don't know what it means. I don't know where it's leading me. I don't know what it's pointing to. It's just another piece in this puzzle that I'm trying to figure out. And I thought it was interesting enough to share with you. So there you have it. I'm not going to hold back any information that I find. Anything that I find that I feel like is relevant, I am going to bring it to the table and present it to you folks. And, like I've said before, hopefully we can all come together, and somehow figure this out, figure out what is going on. So there you have it. All right, I'm going to end this video. I said it was going to be short. I don't know how long I've recorded, but it's definitely going to be shorter than the others that I've done. But again, like I said, when I come up with new information, I will be making more videos. So I can only assume that there's more to come, because this is just a continuing, unfolding anomaly. And it's very interesting. So, all right, until next time, take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.